Mic check, we back, baby, yeah! What up? This is John Sanders with Limitless Soups. Thank you for joining me. Hey, we were gone all week long to Taiwan, so apologize for not being able to do the show. But hopefully you guys got some good workouts in. We'll check that homework out in a second. And we got a few workouts in Taiwan and a few games as well. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got a lot of things to talk about. Well, I figured that I might as well just talk about Taiwan first, just so I can wait for people to come. I see you, Jace, in the comment section. What's up? We had an entire itinerary of stuff, and at the end of the itinerary was a list. So I might as well just go over that list real quick. So on the itinerary, it's like Taiwan and all this stuff, right? And let me center this for you. All right. Oh, not that. That's uncentering. All right. Where is this thing? Right there? Is it this? No. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? It's the internet. Nope. Oh, it doesn't matter. All right. Whatever. All right. I'll go like this. All right. So on this itinerary, we scroll down past all of our stuff that we did. It says a few things here, all right, and I'll go over those things. So it says, like, what are your favorite memories? And it says funny, crazy, cool, profound, embarrassing, and interesting. So I'm putting together a movie of all of the stuff that happened, and it's long. I wanted it to be really easy, but then people were like filming their butts off. They basically filmed the entire trip except for like minus the times when they were sleeping, most of those times. But so yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna try to make the video between 10 and 20 minutes. No one's gonna watch it. If it's over 5 minutes, no one watches anything. But I'm still gonna make it. It's whatever. It's a good memory. I'll put it on our in our section for future people to see, like whenever we go on these trips, they get to see how our last trip was. We're planning to do some more trips in the future to different countries. Next year we are thinking of Spain. I need to figure out how we can raise money throughout the year for those things as well. And we've also perfected our domestic trips as well to like Vegas and Florida and all those things. So with that said, I will tell you guys the winners for me. All right, and everyone probably has different ones. I think that a funny thing that happened during the trip, let me see. So we climbed this mountain, right? And it's like super, super high. All right. I only climbed like 90% of it, and then I like stopped, and I stopped along with Joey and Aiden and his sister, okay? And we're just chilling there while other people go further up. Some people stayed further down. We were just kind of there. And then this couple, they were taking pictures. All right, these two ladies from like Japan or something like that, they knew English. They were taking pictures of the tallest building. And I was like, oh, Joey, since we're just like there sitting bored, I was like, you should go ask them if they would like for you to take a picture, to like help them out. And Joey was like, what? And I was like, yeah, come on, Joey. He's like, okay. And he like mopes over there, and then he gets to them, and then he goes, would you like for me to take a picture? And they go, oh my God, that is so nice. Okay. And then Joey poses. And I was like, Joey, you idiot. They don't want to take a picture of you. You should take a picture of them. And they were like laughing. They were like, he's a superstar. Joey straight up believed that I sent him over there for them to take a picture of him like he was famous. And he believed that they would want this picture. And then he mopes over there and then poses. It was amazing. So that was like my funniest moment. Crazy moment. I would say the craziest moment was the typhoon. We got hit by a typhoon. Like the first 2 days, we drove into it. We told our bus driver, he didn't know English, but I showed him a message from someone else that said, "You are driving into a storm. Maybe don't go in there. Do you think that you can handle it?" And he was like, "I got this." He said that in Chinese, but he looked like he was freaking in a movie. He was like, "I got this." We were driving through traffic. No, we were driving on an empty highway. People were driving away from the typhoon, in hordes, and it was crazy. And we got hit pretty hard, but only for a day. All right, so that was the craziest part. Another one was the coolest part. Coolest part was just the entire trip in general. Visiting all those people, seeing the games and the practices, exchanging. We gave them our books as gifts. They gave us some gifts as well. That whole thing was just really, really cool. Let me see. The most profound part, the weights. The weights. This to me was just the most profound thing ever. And I brought it up probably way too many times. Everyone was probably pretty annoyed with me, but I had to bring the weights that we carry for the workouts. But it was too heavy for my bags, and I would have to pay $1,000. And I was like, hey, can everyone just carry one weight? Split them up. It was a deal. People were pissed. I was trying to carry 100 pounds, and they couldn't carry 3 pounds. I was like, well, if we just split it up, and eventually they did. And then it reminded me, because the parents actually started carrying them. The kids didn't. The parents actually didn't want the kids to carry. They're like, it's too hard for them to carry. And what it reminded me of everything. It reminded me of Jeff working out Jace every day. It reminded me of maybe let's say Josias not wanting to go to workouts, but his mom maybe making him sometimes. It reminded me of everything, because usually it's the parents saying, "You kid, you have to want this." And usually it's the coach going, "You kid, you have to want this." And it's usually the kid going, "Come on, coach, step it up. Come on, parents, step it up." We all have to carry this weight, but no one more so than the kids. And if the parent or the coach is carrying more weight than you, and you're not willing to distribute it, that's bad. And then also, what's his name? Noah and I think Owen, they gave up their weight to a little kid, and the little kid forgot it the first game. I'm like, the best player should be carrying the most weight. So when you carry responsibility, you have to be the one to want to carry it. All right? You have to want to divvy it up. But you have to also understand maybe you can't carry the entire weight, and you have to use your parents to help you, but not carry too much. Use your coaches to help you, but not help you too much, because you have to carry the majority of the weight. So although this was a big metaphor, and it did save me $1,000, so thank you guys for carrying some of the weight. All right, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty profound thing. Two more. We got, what is this one? The most embarrassing thing. The most embarrassing thing. No one knew me in Taiwan. I was famous before, but no one knew me now. But then we started questioning some people, and they once I said my name, they were like, "Oh, I remember you." Only if they were old enough. That wasn't the embarrassing part. The embarrassing part wasn't even me. It was at TSA when we left. So, a few people noticed me. I got maybe 3 people. One person had me sign an old jersey of mine. He came 3 hours, which was really cool. But this one TSA lady, she was like, what were you guys doing in Taiwan? And we were here coaching basketball. And then JJ said, "Oh, John used to play basketball here." She goes, "Really? For who?" And I said, "Oh," and I said, "Puyang, the team." And she looked up at me and she's like, "Sanders?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God." And so that's when she noticed me. And then she goes, "My dad is in a picture with you." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then she pulls out her phone and starts leafing through it for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not joking around. I was thinking she's gonna get fired. She's just sitting there leafing through her phone, like, how far is she gonna go back? Then finally she shows us the picture of me and her dad, but it was not me. It was another tall black guy. And I was like, that's not me. And she's like, it's not. She was so embarrassed. And then she like goes, she goes back on her phone and she goes, this is you. And then, but she just pulled up a picture from the internet and I was like, yeah, that's me. It was so hilarious. I felt a little embarrassed for her. But, you know, you can mistake people. It is what it is. Later on, we saw a Chinese girl that looked just like her at another thing like 20 minutes away. And I was like, that girl looks like her. So I did the same thing. Turns out it was her again. She just like rotated her job. So yeah, she's racist. We're not. That's all I had. And then the last one would be the most interesting thing in Taiwan. The most interesting thing. About where people thought that they were. So we played against some kids that weren't good, some kids that were good. And from the looks of it, they have the same kind of mindset that we have. Most people there and most people here have a fixed mindset. They think I can only be this good. I'm on this level. A lot of people just don't know that they can go to a higher level. And it reminded me of not just the Taiwanese kids, but Noah and also JJ. I know JJ's older, but it's like he really thinks that like he is what he is. He's not going to get better. Or he thinks that if he gets better, it's only because he'll be more in shape, not improve himself. And I think that he thinks the same of some of the kids in our program too, because he goes, oh yeah, they're not that player, they are this player. I think that Noah thought the same thing of JJ. It was kind of a back and forth. He was like, oh yeah, if you can't do it, you can't do it. But then he somehow thinks that he will get better. And it's just this weird concept. Guys, understand that with hard work, although it does take a long time, we can all improve. And that's the whole point. You don't have to just settle for your best. You can go for someone else's best, but you have to work extremely hard and extremely long to get it. So that was all my memory things. Now let's start the show really quickly. All right, here's what we got. We got our quote of the day. Quote of the day is inspire others. All right, I've made it my life's mission to inspire others, but you should make that yours as well. Just not just because you want to be like an inspirational force, but heck, it's one of the reasons why you want to make the NBA, right? Is it just for the money, for the girls, for the cars, for the parties, for the fame, or is it because you want someone to look at you like you're their hero and you're their role model? All right, and whether you do or not, that's gonna happen anyways if you make it to that level. So what I told the kids when we were in Taiwan, I told them to act like that now. Act like you're an inspiration right now. So when you're on the bench and you get sat, look like someone is looking at you, learning what to do. When you get fouled out, look like someone's learning what you're doing now. All right. So when you score 1,000,000 points, don't brag because other kids are watching and they're going to learn from what you're doing right now. Even if that's not happening, practice for that moment. So inspire others is a great way to keep yourself accountable. All right, so make sure that we do that. If you inspire others, you'll eventually inspire yourself, and you can move on and up and up and up all day long. All right, today for our itinerary, we got offensive skills. All right, it's on our website under member events, scrolling down to the skill clinics. All right, and for the offensive skills, this one is the Michael Jordan one. Get open and take good shots by using screens to open by using screens and rotating to open spots. Be fearless. No, that's shooting. I'm stupid. This one right here, offensive skills. Now I'm on it. These 10. Establish a firm athletic base by staying low and using your strong hand pivot foot. We will actually do all these drills today in Aurora. Don't take a negative step while in the stance or when you begin to drive. Jab step to read the defender's feet and tendencies. Stay low while penetrating with a long first step and a longer first dribble. Create space between yourself and your defender. Change speed and direction to further elude the defense. Use screens to create an offensive flow. The screener is usually the open player. Cut to and from the basket to give your offense more options. Use the pick and roll to create mismatch balance for the defense. And have an arsenal of moves that you have practiced a great deal to use whenever you need to. These are the things that you have to be focused on for tonight if you want to win the Michael Jordan piece to the puzzle. All right, and other pieces to your puzzle, if you want to make the NBA, this is a genuinely huge one because offensive skills, it's pretty important. Yeah, it is. All right, let's move on. That was our itinerary. We have homework. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. The more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed. Yes. If you work hard. Now, this is a point of contention too. We're going to talk about this in a bit. How hard should you work in practice? Well, it's twofold. If you work too hard, you're going to get tired for the game. If you work too hard, you might get hurt in the future. Okay, so work less, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's what's holding you back. You're right. If you work too hard to try to get to a higher level, you might die, I guess. Sure. All right, but if you don't work that hard, your body's not used to working hard, so you get in the games and you're practicing things that you've never practiced before. You're going 100 miles an hour when in practice you were going 20 miles an hour. Your body's not used to it. Or at the end of games when you're tired, well, now you're shooting different shots. You've never practiced while tired. So, yeah, it's probably a mix of the two. Probably don't want to overdo it. But I will say this, what is overdoing it to you? I would say the more that your body can naturally handle, or maybe unnaturally because you've trained it to handle more, the better off that you're going to be. All right? If you're able to work out 24 hours a day, that will probably just help you out. But no, you need sleep, obviously. You need recovery, obviously. And some people are so weak and so sick all the time, they can only work out once a month. So those are the two extremes. Where are you? The closer that you are to the higher extreme, the better that you're going to be. So, yeah, man, the more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. Let's see who's doing the stuff. All right, that was 3 hours ago right there. 3-on-3 with Henry. Okay, I see Kevin Durant right there, switching it up. Speaking of Kevin Durant, I got my Thunder number 35 jersey on. It's the white one, not the blue one. Josiah's doing the Kobe and Lana moves. I see that right there. Lincoln doing some drills. Good job. Who else I got? Josiah's taking care of business. Get that ball in two hands more often, Josiah. I saw your workout. And also when you dribble the ball at least at your waist level in the post. Don't dribble the ball so high. Don't be so loosey-goosey with it. But you are improving. So that's a great job. Let's check out the trivia question today. You got to peek at it. Jacob Tenenbaum is leading, but who's going to come in to the next place and to see if they can beat him for the month? All right, the next trivia question is... I got to turn off the music for a second so I can get this trivia question hatched. It is, who sang the national anthem ahead of the 2018 NBA All-Star Game? To anyone who was born then, you probably remember it, I guess, maybe. It's a random question. I've never asked a music question before in this show. But I'm asking right now, who sang the national anthem ahead of the 2018 NBA All-Star Game? First person to answer wins. And I will talk to y'all soon, because I got a commercial break. No, I do not. I do not have a commercial break. I have only the trivia. YouTube, man. Why are you changing stuff, YouTube? Seriously. Man, it's okay. But that is the answer right there. The answer is Fergie. Fergie sang not just the national anthem. She's saying the world's worst version of the national anthem, or at least the top three, behind Roseanne Barr and someone else. All right, you guys can look it up yourself. Congratulations. I'm adding a point to Jace's score right now. Let me see, Jace, you are now at 1. Congratulations, Jace. All right, so with that said, will this work? The story of the day? I think I pulled it up somewhere else. Oh yeah, even this one's paused, but I can play it anyways. Story of the day, watch it. If you're having trouble making shots in games or struggling at perfecting a new move, be sure to recreate the issue by going game speed rather than merely practicing half speed without making mistakes. Practicing slow and perfect gets you nowhere real fast. That was what we were just talking about. Oh my God, all this stuff is linked together. Yes, practicing slow and perfect gets you nowhere real fast. I mean, yeah, like honestly, when I see people like shoot like Kevin Durant, for instance, he'll shoot some shots off one leg and like tilt and do things like that. And it's a smarter way of doing things, and I do really appreciate that because I would say again, if you went your hardest and you were so tired that you could only get 100 shots up, let's say 50, you could only get 50 shots up because you were going so fast. I think for your shot, going slow, shooting 1,000 shots would be better. I'd probably, But if you shot, let's say, 200 game speed shots to those 1,000, that might be the same. So, I mean, you have to like weigh it out. And, I mean, maybe just mix it up too. Go hard, go soft. But if you could possibly go hard for all 1,000 shots, I don't know if you can. You can't. Maybe you can't now. You have to work your way up to it. But if you could, that would be the best case scenario. Now, would that hurt your body in the end? Maybe. I think as long as you have recovery time and you're supporting your like knees, let's say, like by like strengthening your muscles all around it, then I think that you're okay. So like as long as you're resting, as long as you're working out, I think that your body's good to go. At least until you're 40. I mean, I don't know. So I just would say go hard. You might as well go as hard as you can instead of like going long and finding out that there's more room in the tank, and in the end you're like, oh dang it, I'm not even dead tired, I'm 18 and I don't have a scholarship, I could have gone harder. You don't want to say that. I'd much rather say, oops, I'm 15, I'm burnt out. Much rather say that and going, I gave it my all. So at least there's no regret in that. Just what I think. But maybe being lazy is the best case. Maybe you guys are right. Playing video games, eating cereal on your butt, maybe that's going to get you to the NBA. Maybe I'm dead wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I don't know. All right, let's check out some news. Oh yeah, we got big girl right here. She's known as the Moving Great Wall. What do you think of this chick, Zhang Ziyu? All right, now she's from China, so we are basically like, sorry. Is this even fun? I mean, is she even like doing anything? I mean, being tall, I'm a tall guy. Sometimes it be like that. And, if you're faster or like you have better handles, you always have an advantage. Disadvantage though, it's a little silly. But hey, it's part of the game. You gotta figure this chick out. Wembanyama is the same way, right? Shaquille O'Neal was the same way, and people like tout that dude. So, and when once you do get taller, things are harder for like your body. It's hard to stay in shape. It's hard to not get hurt. So there are the faults of it. It's hard to move, but this is the Moving Great Wall, and she looks like she's doing well. If everyone this big dominated, the league would be full of 7'7" people. So it's not like that. So, congrats on being big. Hopefully she remains getting more and more skilled. Let's check the next thing we got is the reaction. And I can't play this because it's KG, but you need to look at this interview. Not so much for what he's saying, but that part's what I'm going to talk about right now. But for how he says it, okay? It's Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce talking about Tyrese Halliburton. So if you type in those things, I think it's called Kevin Garnett breaks down why today's NBA players are always hurt. All right, and again, something that we just talked about. Man, today's episode's awesome. And he basically says, he lets Paul Pierce talk at one point. But as Paul Pierce is talking, after every single phrase that he says, Kevin Garnett bumps in and just repeats it and just goes, working out all day long. And then Paul Pierce is like, yeah, and we would run up dunes. He's like, 20-foot dunes! And he would just keep screaming. It was so funny. But anyways, back to the actual point. He says that they would kill themselves as players. And that's what taught them to be ready in the playoffs. And that's why they weren't getting as many injuries. And it's the opposite conversation. of what was being discussed about all the recent like Achilles injuries, where everyone's saying, "Oh, it's because of AAU playing kids too much," and maybe that's the case too. All right, I do think it's a person by person assessment. I do believe you need to practice while tired. All right. So if you never practice while tired, or you never go game speed, you're screwed. So whatever your strategy is, you have to incorporate that. If you're like, I need 97 hours of rest a day, okay, cool. But you better incorporate being exhausted for your workouts and going game speed. Whatever it is, at some point in time, you need to, even if it's just like, okay, I can only handle 1 minute of game speed per week and 1 minute of being exhausted. Well, then do that. I don't know. But I would say, again, you shouldn't do it all the time, but you should do it a lot. So that when the time comes and you're like exhausted, you're used to that. You've been there before. Your hands are shaking. You've been nervous shooting a free throw before. You've done all this stuff before. And yeah, I do believe it will help your body out because your body will adapt. All right, again, you don't go too far in that direction, but I'm with Kevin Garnett on this one. I think it's because they aren't going game speed. They are so ultra concerned with just skill. Now, for our practices, we mix in skill and hard work, and I will condemn you guys for your homework if you just walk around, right? So we do go really, really hard. I do think that you guys rest enough because you guys definitely don't come 7 days a week. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a balance, but make sure that you're actually balancing it instead of just pretending like you want to pace yourself by being lazy. It's a huge difference. But again, watch this for the comedic value of Kevin Garnett because he is hilarious. All right. Next one we got is VJ Edgecombe. Is this who this is? I think. Is it? I think it is. I don't know his name yet. I think it's VJ. No, it's not. Is it? I don't know who it is. Who is this thing? Yes, it's VJ. It's VJ. He talks about his mom in this video. So let's see what he has to say.
I ain't had no electricity. I lived with a generator for 7 years. See what she had to go through to feed us? It's crazy. I don't even know, man.
The Philadelphia 76ers select VJ Edgecombe.
All right, I don't know if they're going to take me off for having that song real quick, but yes. All right, no popular songs. He's talking about having no electricity, about his mom carrying the family, and him having to step it up, and what it means for him to make the NBA. And this story is all too common because adversity does breed these kind of things. And imagine the life that you have to live where if I was like, hey, if you don't win this game, your family can't eat, to you. And then some other guy, if he didn't win the game, nothing happens to him. And the ball, there was a loose ball at one point in time. Who would get that loose ball? If you don't say that you won't dive on that ball with all your heart, you're crazy. All right? So the people going through stuff have an advantage over people like you. And I know you think that you're going through stuff, but you're not. You're like, I'm a little short. My parents can only afford 2 cars. No, you're not poor. You aren't struggling. You aren't. You guys are screwed in this regard. Unless you can pretend that this is all that you want. And what is the one thing that you guys want that you guys can't get? That's the NBA. So you have to want the NBA more than they want food. That's tough. You got to really pretend, and that's how you can win. So VJ Edgecombe doesn't have to pretend, and now he doesn't have to pretend about anything else either. He can feed his family. I think that's an amazing thing. So congrats, VJ Edgecombe. Let's get to the last thing we got. What is this? It's a debate thing. Let's see what D-Wade is talking about.
I have the greatest body of work of anybody's ever put a Miami Heat jersey on. If you want to be honest, LeBron James is the greatest player to ever put a Miami Heat jersey on. If we're going off of that, I'm the greatest player in the history of the Miami Heat of the body of work that I had wearing that jersey. But I'm not the greatest player to ever put on a Miami Heat jersey.
Okay, so yeah. He's absolutely right. Right? He's saying that he's not like the greatest player to ever play, but he's in Miami, but he's the greatest overall, right? And I think that's where the GOAT debate comes down to, or like your best player on your team comes down to. There are best players and there is greatness. And I think while the GOAT debate isn't that important, it's important for your career, because what is greatness? What are you after? If you're after just wins and you're playing in the low divisions, that's nothing. All right, people ask us how we did in Taiwan for the games. Well, we won almost every game, but who cares? That means that we just played below our level. I mean, I'm not worried about that. What is greatness? It's how great that you can become over the course of time. All right, for you guys. So keep that in mind. Don't get confused about what greatness actually is. Because contrived greatness, where I just put you guys against like your own competition, or you could do better in your own grade, and you're not worried about making the NBA, that's not true greatness. So don't get confused by that. Anyways, I'll see you guys tonight at the workout, at the clinic. We're almost done with all the clinics. You guys won't see clinics again until probably like next spring. It'll be a while until we get enough players. So show up, show out, and don't forget that the quote of the day is to inspire others. Inspire others is the quote of the day. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to be back, man. I'm hyped, baby. I'm hyped. Let's get all this stuff taken care of. All right, and that is my time. Cue my music so I can get the hell up out of here. Peace, you guys.